Time runs out. J. H. Anderson, Jonatronics. Time runs out. Birdy and the microfriends tumble through time to try to save the final artifact of time from the TikTok man. Will they be able to put a stop to Kevin Spearhead's terrible plan before the asteroid destroys future Earth? Time is definitely running out. Written by J. A. Henderson and illustrated by Jonatronics, Time Runs Out. It's Birdy's story. Let's look at the characters. My name is Birdy, and I am from future Earth, 2099 to be precise. My world is at risk. A giant asteroid is on a collision course with the planet. Kevin Spearhead, head of Endco, the most powerful company on Earth, plans to build a giant vortex machine to send people back in time to escape the asteroid. He has assembled a team of human like robots, TikTok Man, to collect seven artifacts of time. These artifacts will be used to power his machine. My gran, Professor Martin, is the head scientist at Endco. She has shown me Spearhead's plans. She doesn't think his machine is capable of transporting vast numbers of people. Even if the machine does work, it will have a devastating effect on history. It could change everything. Gran has tried to tell Spearhead, but he won't listen. I decided I had to try to stop him. I have borrowed one of my grand's old tech time travel vortex machines, an escape wheel, and am trying to reach the artifacts of time before the TikTok man do. Luckily, I'm not alone on my journey. I have met four new friends: Max, Cat, and Tiger. They have special watches that can make them sync to micro size, which comes in handy when the TikTok man tried to stop us. The final timepiece, the year 2099. A colossal asteroid is plummeting through space on a collision course for Earth. Interfering with time is no solution, Mr. Spearhead. Time? Time is something we don't have. Not yet, anyway. But I know we can find a way to deflect the asteroid. We don't need to resort to such desperate measures. You should be helping the rest of the scientists, Professor Martin. Causing trouble. My plan must succeed. Your plan will destroy history. No, it will save the future. The National Bureau of Standards, NBS, just outside Washington, D.C., 1949. Location of the world's first atomic clock. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. Meanwhile, this is it, the NBS complex. I meant to get us inside the building though. My escape wheel is acting up again. Tell me about it. That was a rough ride. Come on, let's locate the atomic clock before the TikTok man get to it. They could already be here. Er, I'd say that's a definite possibility. They have already immobilized the guards. Shh, TikTok. That's the clock. Wouldn't like to try hanging it on my wall. Let's just try and save it, shall we? It's the last artifact that Spearhead is after. We have to stop the TikTok men getting it to him. But there are four of them. Well, there are five of us. Though I'll never be able to hit all four at once with my caliber claw. You won't have to. We just need to get close to the clock. Then we'll go for the old small, big, small strategy. A classic. I'll cover you. Just give us a couple of minutes to get in place before you take one out. We'll do the rest. Shrink. Geronimo. We're supposed to be sneaking up on them furtively, Tiger. Oh, come on, Max. They can't hear me at this size. I just need to hit one of them to provide enough of a distraction. Whoosh! Fuzz, winding down. Danger! Execute defensive formation 3732. Complying. In position. Hi there. Anyone got the right time? Fire time paralysis weapons. Cat and shrink again now. Alert, alert! Hello down there, tiny robots. Got you. What shall we do with them? Systems malfunction winding down. Good riddance to bad rubbish. Let's get that clock back where it belongs. I think we better shrink it first. Chapter 2, Cutting It Fine. Later on, the atomic clock was the last artifact of time that I identified on Spearhead's plan. Now it's safe. I need to go home. I need to go back to 2099. Hang on, you're going back? To the future, you mean? No. I mean, yes, very funny. Hold on a minute. You are saying we have completed our mission and the future is safe? I didn't say anything about safe. We may have stopped Spearhead from getting all the artifacts of time, but there's still a giant asteroid poised to hit Earth. I need to be sure that Grant has discovered a method to stop it. Well, if this thing isn't over, then we are coming with you. Look, Max, I really appreciate all the help you've given me so far, but you guys all have got to go homes to go to. No one will have missed us. We can go back to exactly when we left, remember? You can't risk returning alone. You have no idea what you might find. It's true, Spearhead may have his TikTok army lying in wait for me. Okay, okay, you win. I know it's futile to argue with you. Birdy took out her escape wheel. Let's go. It's time we took the fight to this Kelvin Spear Point. It's Spearhead, Tiger. Kelvin Spearhead. Same thing. As the vortex began to take shape, the friends moved towards it, ready to jump. Then, stop! What's wrong, Birdie? Look! The vortex looked wrong. The strands of energy twisted and curled as if in pain. Fizz. Eek. Kaboom! What now? Don't panic. We can try and use the time function on our watches. I don't think that's a good idea. You know how unpredictable they are? Yeah, they are even worse than Birdie's escape wheel. I suppose we have never tried taking anyone with us before. Then I'm stranded. Sorry to interrupt, but I think we have another problem. Suddenly, another vortex started to configure behind them. Take over! Tick tock. The clock! Birdie, do something! Come on, come on. It must be transmitting the plans back to Spearhead. Someone's got to stop him. No. Whirr, pow. No, we need to get after him. We can't abandon Tiger, Birdie. But it might be ages before the effects of the time paralysis rays wear off. The vortex is starting to close. We need to leave now or we won't leave at all. Grab hold of him. We'll carry him through. The year 2099. There you go, Tiger. Now, try to stay out of trouble for a while. Birdie rapidly surveyed her surroundings and sighed with relief. This is the right place and right time. Thank goodness. But there's no sign of the TikTok man. Look at those scientists. Why are they outside? I think we've got more important things to worry about right now. The asteroid. I need to find my gran. There was no sign of Birdie's gran among the crowd of scientists who were miling around. What are they all waiting for? I don't know, but I bet Spearhead's at the bottom of it. He's such a narcissist. He has actually constructed a statue of himself. I've only been away 7 days, but it seems a lot has changed. As they watched the scientists, a man stepped out onto the balcony. It is time. What did I miss? Hey, isn't that Spearmint up there? It's Spearhead Tiger. Yes, it is him. It's too late to impede the asteroid. We must proceed with my plan. You, the brightest scientist on Earth, shall be the salvation of humanity. Now, collect all your time trackers. What on earth is a time tracker? As you know, you must each now travel back to a strategic site in time and construct a time anchor point. This will allow the entire population to travel unimpeded back to different periods in history, where we shall make our new homes. Activate the mega escape wheel. Kelvin Spearhead and Endco. Kelvin Spearhead is in charge of Endco, a technologically advanced communications and cybernetics business, the most powerful company on earth. Inventing new technologies is Endco's specialty. Kelvin was the youngest of four brothers. As a child, all his clothes and toys were handed down from his siblings. It made him crave new things, and he resolved that when he was older, he would only have the very best things for himself. Kelvin worked hard at school and obtained the best results in his year. On the strength of this, he was offered a job at Endco. However, after only a few years, he was fired from for alleged illegal testing of new equipment containing Haggard 5, a dangerous chemical. Nothing was heard of him for many years after this, but he secretly bought shares in Indigo and eventually had enough influence to take over the running of the company. During his time in charge of Indigo, Kelvin has overseen the development of the nanophone, the sonic plane, and the Spear satellite, along with many other successful products. More recently, when news hit that an asteroid was likely to destroy the Earth, Kelvin took it upon himself to save humanity. Whether this is possible even for him, we must wait and see. Endco headquarters. I thought he was supposed to be a bad guy. It sounds like a sensible backup plan to me. No, Tiger. Sending people back will alter the past. It will be disastrous. Now behold my time travel vortex. How can he have built a vortex? We stopped the TikTok men from stealing the artifacts he needed. Well, most of them. The TikTok man must have scanned the others as a backup, just like they did with the atomic clock. Everything we went through, it was all for nothing. I really have to find Gran now. I'm going up to her lab. I'll come with you. Me too. And I will stay here. I have a feeling there is more to Spearhead's plan than he's letting on. I wonder, there might be a way we can deactivate the vortex, but I need to take a closer look at that machine. Are you sure about this, And? No, but do you have any other ideas? It will be safe enough if we shrink. You are right. Chapter 4 Under Control. In Professor Martin's lab, there's no sign of Gran anyway. It looks like she left in a hurry. There's some kind of device on Kevin's wrist. Take a look through my magnoscope, Bertie. It resembles a TikTok controller, but it's more sophisticated. I have no idea what its purpose might be. Spearhead addressed the crowd once more. Blip, whir. The time has arrived for me to activate your time trackers. Silence descended, the crowd became motionless. I don't like the look of this at all. The scratch you just felt on your wrist was a microcontrol device being injected into your bloodstream. Let's see if they are all working, shall we? I wish for you all to give me a massive round of applause now. Clap, clap, clap. Gran! Ha ha ha, it's working. I can reveal the true nature of my plan, and no one can prevent me. Now to send you geniuses back in time under my control to any era I desire. I'll rule all of history. Time is power. So that's his plan. Well, not if I've got anything to do with it. I just need to reload my caliber glove. Bertie, wait! We can't just rush down there. We need a plan. There's no time, Cat. I never had Bertie down as a skateboarder. I'm sure she won't mind if I borrow it. Meanwhile, did you hear that? He wants to use the vortex to take over the whole of history. You have got to stop him, and it looks like the escape wheel has a lock on it. I'm going to have to use the power from my watch to try to reset the controls. That's your plan? It's the only chance we've got, but it could attract some attention, in which case you'll be requiring a distraction. Zoom. Oi, Spearhead, you won't get away with this. I recognize you from the footage transmitted by my TikTok men, says him. Yes, master. 1 versus 100, huh? Could be better odds. Maybe we can talk about this? Oh, no talking then. Did you really think you could defeat me? Ah, knave boy? Where are your so called friends? Abandoned you, have they? Alert! Intruders approaching. Looks like I was wrong. Well, why hesitate? After them. I told you we needed a plan. Not now, cat. Time to show Speargun a few nifty maneuvers. Catch me if you can. Will someone stop him? Too easy. I'm a master on this thing. Just hold them for a few more minutes, guys. Great to see you, Tiger. Likewise. I'll deal with them myself. They are just children after all. Almost finished. Gran, there you are. Ha, you can't stop me. Oh, maybe I spoke too soon. Gran, it's me. I have her, master, and I have the other one. Tie up those meddling children and locate the one who escaped. The asteroid will annihilate them too soon. Where are Max and Ant? Time is running out. First stop, ancient Rome. Emperor Spearhead has a nice ring to it. Hail Caesar. Done it, I think. Wait a minute, this has been tampered with. You are right there. I have reset the vortex to a time that definitely wasn't on your list of must see destinations. I suggest you change it back now before I make you regret it. Vroom. You'll, if you want Ant, you'll have to go through me. If you say so. Ah, arr. Max, no. Chapter 5. Who knows when? Where are we heading? Don't you mean when are we heading? I have no idea. Whom? Thumb. What has your foolish friend done? Where has he sent us? I would say it was the Cretaceous era. What? Well, I'll just use my controller to. Hang on, it's not working. It doesn't look like you'll be using that to control anything anymore. Jab, jab, jab. This wasn't part of the plan. Neither of us will be able to escape this desolate place. I think you're wrong on that count. I have got this. Tap, tap, tap. Oh, slight problem. You must have traveled too far back in time. My watch is out of range. You have made me very angry, and I'm going to make you very sorry. Yeah, well, you'd better run. Ha! I'm not intimidated by a mere child. I mean, you'd run from that. Rawr. Don't think I'm finished with you, boy. No offense, but I'm a tiny bit more scared of the T Rex right now. Rawr. Meanwhile, 66 million years later. Where have they gone, Ant? I was trying to maroon Spearhead somewhere where he couldn't hurt anyone. I didn't realize Max was going to get in the way. Just tell us, Ant. I send them to. Look, they are not under Spearhead's influence anymore. Birdy! Kelvin tricked us. I know he controlled you using the time trackers. He planned to take over history. So much time has been lost. We could use our watches to get to safety, but we can't take everyone with us. Watches? What are you talking about? This is usually confidential, but as it's an emergency. How ingenious. I've got it. If we synchronize the enlarge function on your watches with the time vortex, we can make Spearhead's portal big enough to swallow up the asteroid. You can do that? Of course, you're looking at the best scientists on the planet. Where will the asteroid end up? Whatever era the portal was sent to, of course. But Max is there too. It will crush him. Not if you shrink the vortex again. Just as the asteroid enters, the rock will shrink too and become smaller the further back in time it goes. If we were if we get it wrong by a split second, then Max is corner. Better not get it wrong then. Everyone, we need your help to save the planet. We have got one attempt at this. Let's make it count. You might you think Max is alright? Oh, you know Max. He'll have figured out a way to stay out of trouble. Roar. Arg. He may be a megalomaniac despot who tried to take over history, but I still can't let him be a T-Rex's dinner. Hey Dino, over here. Perhaps this wasn't my best plan ever. Kelvin, a little help. It's ready and not a moment too soon. Activate the watches now. The vortex is getting bigger. It's working. Now activate the shrink mode. Pat on the back for us. Well, those scientists helped a bit. You kids saved humanity. We can't thank you enough. I just hope Max is okay. Chapter 6 Redemption. Help, Kelvin, please. Long. Well, that was unexpected. It's safe to come out now, Kelvin. You could have helped me, you know. Now, why would I do that? Because I saved you. Perhaps in your world, everyone goes around saving each other, but not in mine. In mine, it's every man for himself. Then your world must be a very lonely place. Shrinking the asteroid has used up nearly all the power on our watches, and Birdy's escape wheel is immobilized for now. How are we going to reach Max? Why not use the vortex? I thought it only went one way. Kevin didn't seem to have any intention of returning to 2099. The best scientists on the planet, remember? Now, to reconfigure the vortex to bring you back, it won't take too long. But we need to go now. Who knows what danger Max might be in? We have to help him. Okay, go through now. We'll just have to reconfigure the vortex after you've left. You just might be stuck on your own for a couple of minutes. Brilliant. What can possibly happen to us in a couple of minutes? Famous last words. I think I'm going to throw up. Bum, whum. Hi guys, what took you so long? Been busy saving the planet while you're lazing around in the sun. Did you know you've got an unconscious dinosaur behind you? Yeah, I'd noticed. Are we leaving now? Help is on the way. We'll be out of here soon. What about me? Do you really think we are going to help you after what you did? Especially after you sacrificed me to a T-Rex. But you can't just abandon me, can't we? Just watch. Roar. Please, I'm sorry for everything I've done. I truly am. I promise that if you take me back, I'll resign from my position at Endco. You're my witnesses to that. Okay, we'll take you with us, but what about that
Rawr! Buzz. Out cold again. Humans 1, dinosaurs 0. And where did you get that from? I picked it up before we came through. Had a feeling you might need a little help. Now we just have to wait until the vortex materializes. What's that? We shrank the asteroid, didn't we? That's not our asteroid. It's the one that annihilated the dinosaurs. Never imagined for a second that I'd calibrated the vortex to the very day it hits. Boom! That can't be good. Run! Is this a bad time? No time to explain. Out of my way.
Chapter 7. It's really goodbye. I think I've broken a tooth. I've already said I'll give up the company. You don't need to take me away. How can we ever thank you? There's no need, honestly. We really ought to be getting back now, though. So it's really goodbye this time. I'm afraid so. We've got our normal lives to return to. I hope you know how grateful I am. I couldn't have done this without you. Of course, you couldn't have. You're the best. Seriously, though, Birdie, we do need to go now. Back home. It looks like we've arrived a couple of hours before we left. You're joking. You mean I have to sit that maths test again? Look on the bright side. At least you've got more chance of getting the answers right. We'd better get to class. See you after school. Max, what's the answer to question 10? Shh. Hang on. Bird is not here. That means we did it, Cat. We saved the world. About the NBS, the National Bureau of Standards (NBS) was formed in 1901, a complex of buildings built just outside Washington, D.C., USA. The Bureau's main function was to calculate precise weights and measurements. With all sorts of new technologies being invented, it allowed the government to set standard measurements and safety values for all sorts of products and inventions, from clothing sizes to car brakes. This may not sound important, but it was. As an example, imagine if train wheels and tracks all over the country were built in varying widths. None of them would ever be able to join up. However, the NBS diversified into lots of other areas such as testing planes and experimenting with radio and computer technology. In 1949, they constructed the first atomic clock, which used high frequency atom beams to keep time. This made it far more accurate than any previous timepiece. The NBS eventually moved from their Washington site to Maryland and became the National Institute of Standards and Technology, NIST. Now check your understanding. Skim through the book again, looking for the scenes involving Tiger. What do his lines tell you about him as a character? Did you like the sections where the action cuts between 2099 and the Cretaceous era? What are the pros and cons of reading a story where the action jumps in space time? Based on what you know about Kelvin Spearhead, do you think he was sorry for his actions at the end of the book? If you were Max, Cat, and a tiger, would you have returned home or stayed in 2099? Do you think this is a good ending to the series of books? Was it the resolution you were expecting? What do you think will happen to Birdie and Professor Martin next? Let us know your answers in the comment. Try attempting these questions and write down the answers in the comment box. Thank you. Bye bye.